for the next 17 days. Hopefully, the local contingent is expected to depart Accra tomorrow, December 22nd, and then plane to Doha in Qatar. Ghana is supposed to submit the final list for the tournament on December 30 this month. We're expected to play our first friendly match on December 28th against the club side in Doha in Qatar, after which we will play our first competitive game against one of the teams that will compete at the tournament on January 1 or 1st January 2022. That candidates have yet to be confirmed by the FA, but we are in talks with a number of countries, including Egypt and Sudan. And then the third friendly will be the last friendly for the team we played on January 5, 2022. That will be a game against African champions Algeria. The team will depart Cameroon on January 7, 2022, but before the team departs Cameroon, there will be a media session, a free day for the media to have an interaction with the players, the technical team. Before I conclude, let me also mention that the training camp in Doha is not open to the press. That is based on the request from the technical team. They want the team to be in a serene atmosphere, devoid of distraction, and for that matter, they have requested that the team will camp in Doha without the media. Everything will be done by the GFA media, and that will be posted across platforms. So on the 6th of January, it will be an open day to the press. And that day, the players will be available and the technical team will also be available. And those of you who will be able to make their way to Qatar, that will be the only opportunity for the media before the team and planes to Cameroon. Our first game is on January 10, and that will be against Morocco.
Here at the announcement of the squad, 30-man squad, coach MILOVAN RAJEVAC named, and it was quite surprising, especially looking at some of the players he called in. The two locally based players, Abagna and Ashikwe. These are the two locally based players, not the only two locally based players, but the two locally based players that came as a surprise to some people. Others were aware of the players that would be called, and this is the list that we are going to work with. We're going to sample the views of some of the Ghanaians here concerning the Ghana Black Star squad that has been called up by coach MILOVAN RAJEVAC. The camping, as Henry Asantichum, the communications director, said, will begin tomorrow. Some of the locally based players will travel tomorrow to Doha, Qatar for camping, and then we will know how things will go from there. And the others will join from the 24th of December from their clubs. As to whether they will be released in time, another matter altogether. But let's sample the views of some Ghanaians. Your thoughts on the squad in general?
Well, this squad will have a little talk about it because at a point a lot of people were thinking maybe you have a hula baloo, a lot of talk in town about whose name was added and whose name should be omitted and whose name should come in. So I feel after naming this squad, the talk in town will be minimal because a lot of players that we're expecting to see them in the squad are in, and I believe it's good for MILOVAN RAJEVAC.
Were you surprised by some of the call-ups, or as you said, you expected it? Did you feel there are some players who are undeserving, or we should forget about that talk and support the team?
I'm very happy to get to hear two names.
Okay.
And David Nabagna of Real Tamale United, I mean, in 9 games, he has scored 8 goals. As an offensive midfielder, I mean, it doesn't happen in our game more often. Also, Maxwell Abekwe of Accra Olympics. I mean, this guy has been scoring seasons and sevens. I mean, getting 7 goals in his last 9 games. I think it's okay. I was expecting these 2 players to be added into the squad, and I think since they are in there, it's good for us.
And finally, Ghana in the AFCON, really, realistically, where should we expect to finish?
Well, if you're being real and looking at other countries, how prepared they are to this AFCON, I believe our best should be quarterfinals. Probably if you fight very hard to the semi-finals, but winning is not much realistic because it will be very difficult. Looking at Algeria, Senegal, Morocco, I mean the likes. I mean look at how they are playing. I mean their performance are very convincing, and anytime that you watch them, you will feel very happy too. So I think realistically, I mean you can say we are not, tasked to win this AFCON, but maybe it's football. All things are possible, and anything in football is very real. So we look forward to see how we perform in the AFCON.
Your opinion on the AFCON squad?
I think that for, as the coach said, that's what we have at the moment. But the inclusion of the foreign players, we have all heard what is happening right now. The foreign teams probably will be feeling reluctant to release their players for the games. So the European Union Football Association, I don't know if they have settled that issue. Now you can see the Premier League is also ongoing. So are they going to release those playing in the Premier League and other clubs as well? So that's my little bit concerned, but let's see what will happen. For the squad, I think that's the best that we have at the moment. I've always been saying this, that there's the crop of players that we have that we just have to groom them. Because if you look at the previous AFCONs that we went, in fact, we can pinpoint that we have well-established players that we can boldly say that we have Mark Lacey and we have Stephen Appiah, those kind of players. But now that we have these, the young squad, you're grooming for the future. So I believe that that's the best that we have at the moment. And I wasn't that surprised with the second name that I saw. But a little bit of Ghanaian players. There's always a problem about calling players, but then you're not featuring them for them to test their strength. Are you going to see the same thing during the warm-up matches or not? So these are the things that probably I'm going to look out for. But for the squad, I'm not really surprised about some of the names because, as usual, journalists were predicting some of the players that will be in the squad. I saw some lists on the social media. So obviously, that is a squad that, for now, that's the best that we have. That's the best that we have. So we just have to
Work with it.
Work with that and then see how far we can go.
So realistically, where do you think Ghana can finish in this up?
For me, I don't want to raise my hope high about the Black Stars squad because I've been following the Black Stars quite a long time. And if you look at the squad that could not win the AFCON in 2010, and looking at the squad that we have, and since Milo came, in fact, I've watched all the matches, I've not really seen a clear-cut difference between the Milo's selection and that of Sike Akono. The only thing probably would be behind the scene in terms of the play and everything. I've not seen anything different, but that's what we have. I don't really have hope. Let me be fair with you. I don't really have hope that the Stars can go ahead to win the game.
Finish?
At least you qualify for the group stage. I think for the group stage, yes, we get there. But if you watch the FIFA Arab Cup, if you get an opportunity to watch the matches, and when I was watching Algeria, I said that, in fact, we have a long way to go. If you look at the quality of game they were playing, I felt these are the teams you're going to face in the AFCON. So you see, and they have had the opportunity to play together. And these are local teams. And for ours, you are bringing ours from other class to bring them together. How are we going to get the cohesion? How are we going to get a third party? These are the things that we're still going to work on it. But these teams have been able to play. So for me, if someone who follow football, you should be realistic to yourself that don't raise your hopes so high about this Black Stars team. You just have to support them as a Ghanaian. When they win it, fine. If they don't, I don't get disappointed.
Let's lower expectations.
Yeah, you should lower expectations, definitely. That would be the best thing for us. But if you think Black Stars are going to win, maybe you are building your castle in the air.
Thank you very much. Your squad never called AFCON. Officer Ghana, Hefani Ebedu.
Okay. Unse we are say there be any hope bone money ho. Ye dey yenum say ye be kwa kodru ye be win. We are hoping for the win. Win na ye pe, ye mpe lose. Ye mpe say ye kwa kwaje third or second. No, we are going for a win. It's media minimum say ye kwa kwaje trophy dey about Ghana. Yes.
Senior also say
over 40 years now cup no about yenya chance yet ma qualify you hope say your boys to bet ma share Ghana no nyama the cup no be ba oban Ghana mu nti da coach so ase dem so be born home modern players so be born home modern nti ye twen say ye best start game no nyama ya de 9th January ebedu says no na cap no eba oman Ghana mu. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's it.
So there you have it. They've expressed their opinions, optimistic as you'd expect Ghanaians to be. Can we go all the way? Well, your guess is as good as mine. But if anything, as Ghanaians, we hope for the best. And we hope to go all the way in the African Cup of Nations. Camping on the 22nd, 24th other players will join. On the 6th of January is an open day for the media in Doha, Qatar. We'll play our first friendly on the 28th of December, second friendly on the 1st of January, and then the final one versus Algeria on the 5th of January. Then first game on the 10th of January versus Morocco. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on the squad, your expectations, and what you thought of other people's opinion on the squad. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.